Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're tackling something really exciting. We are mapping out one of the most incredible, yet kind of logistically challenging journeys you can possibly take in 2026. We're talking about a massive 7,073-kilometer leap straight from the windswept Irish coast right into the vibrant, historic, and just wonderfully chaotic bazaars of Delhi. Whether you're an Irish traveler heading to India for the very first time, or maybe an Indian professional based in Ireland making the trip home, this is absolutely your ultimate roadmap. We are going to break down every single detail you need to know using all the data and research we've pulled together.
Okay, let's dive into this big number right here, 0. That is exactly how many direct, non-stop flights there are between Dublin and Delhi right now. No way around it. But hey, don't let that deter you. This actually isn't a downside at all, because there are no direct routes. Airlines are competing fiercely for your booking, and that opens up a massive variety of really world-class one-stop options. You get to choose exactly how, where, and with who you want to break up this journey.
To make this whole thing completely stress-free, we'll follow a chronological journey, booking the best flight, choosing your layover hub, tackling visas and hidden costs, navigating the seasons, and we'll finish up with packing and airport tips. Let's get into it.
Section 1. Booking the best flight. Because, as you know, timing is everything.
So, if you want the absolute best deals, September is going to be your cheapest month, while December totally peaks for holiday travel. To hit that sweet spot of, say, 480 to 650 euros for an economy fare, flexibility is your best friend. Try shifting your departure to a Tuesday or Wednesday instead of the weekend. It drops prices, and honestly, it avoids so much airport congestion. Second tip, always use the whole month view on flight comparison sites so you can easily spot those pricing trends. And third, aim to lock in your ticket exactly 6 to 10 weeks before you fly out. The data actually shows this specific window saves you a solid 20 to 25% compared to buying last minute.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how a super simple booking choice keeps real money in your pocket. You know, you might be totally tempted to hack together two separate one-way tickets on different budget airlines. Seems smart, right? Actually, scratch that. On the Dublin to Delhi route, traditional round-trip tickets with full-service carriers usually save you between 100 and 200 euros. It's just cheaper, and frankly, it keeps you protected if a connection gets delayed.
We know there's a massive corridor of students and young professionals traveling between Ireland and India, so we've got some exclusive pro tips just for you. First off, if you have an International Student Identity Card, an ISIC, use it. It literally unlocks 10 to 20% off on select airlines like Emirates. Also, keep an eye out for student concessionary fares. Air India, for instance, sometimes throws in up to 10 extra kilos of baggage, a real game changer. Finally, check the airline's mobile app before you book on your laptop. App-exclusive promos can frequently shave an extra 20 to 50 euros off the whole shebang.
Moving right along to Section 2, choosing your layover hub. You should expect a total journey time of about 13.5 to 16 hours. Okay, so your options basically break down into 3 very different ways to experience your connection. If you want to get to Delhi as fast as humanly possible, Lufthansa routing through Frankfurt offers extreme European efficiency and some of the absolute shortest journey times. But if you're like me and prefer a bit of comfort and you don't mind a longer overnight stop, Emirates through Dubai is practically unmatched. It's a 24/7 hub with sleep pods, showers, and industry-leading premium cabins. Now, if budget is your ultimate priority, you've got to keep an eye on Air France connecting through Paris. They frequently offer fares 20 to 30% lower than other European hubs, especially if you're under 26.
Up next, Section 3, Visas and Hidden Costs. Time to tackle the paperwork and baggage. So the crucial point is that the visa process looks entirely different depending on your passport. Getting this right is absolutely key to a stress-free trip. For Irish passport holders, it's super streamlined and digitized. You just apply for an Indian e-visa online and just remember to fill out your e-arrival card within 72 hours before you actually land. But for Indian passport holders traveling to Ireland, you need to apply via VFS Global. This means an in-person biometrics appointment. It typically takes 20 to 25 working days, and you've got to show proof of funds, usually around 50 to 100 euros per day, plus comprehensive travel insurance.
Before we move on, I have to warn you about the dreaded baggage trap. Basic or light economy fares are becoming incredibly common on the European legs of these flights. If you show up to Dublin Airport and suddenly realize your ticket doesn't cover that heavy suitcase, you are going to get hit with a massive fee right at the check-in counter. No fun. Always pre-buy your extra baggage online. Doing it from your couch can literally save you anywhere from 50 to 150 euros compared to paying at the airport.
Section 4. Navigating the seasons. Get ready to land in a city of absolute extremes.
So what kind of Delhi are you actually landing in? Well, the temperature shifts across the year are incredibly dramatic. Winter, from October to February, is peak tourist season and by far the best time to visit. You're looking at beautiful temperatures ranging from 5 to 25 degrees Celsius, perfect for exploring places like the Red Fort. But summer, from April to June, it is brutal. Temperatures soar well past 45 degrees, and these harsh desert winds, known as the Lu, literally sweep through the city. Unless you're really accustomed to extreme heat, avoid it if possible. And then you have the monsoon season, from July to September. It brings intense, sporadic rain, which drastically cuts down tourist crowds and lowers prices. Honestly, it's a fantastic window for the truly adventurous traveler.
Finally, Section 5, Packing and Airport Tips. Let's prep for those extremes. Making the jump from Ireland's temperate climate to India definitely requires some strategic packing, and this brilliantly illustrates the year-round essentials you absolutely cannot forget. First, the technical stuff. India uses Type C, D, and M sockets, so grab some universal adapters. You'll definitely want modest clothing for visiting temples and mosques, and please, always carry physical printouts of your visas and bookings. As for the environment, if you're traveling between November and January, a smog mask is essential because of heavy crop burning in neighboring states. And year-round, you gotta pack that SPF 50 sunscreen and some electrolyte sachets to stay hydrated.
All right, let's look at your departure and arrival experience. You're going to fly out of Dublin's Terminal 1 or 2. A pro tip here, pre-book fast-track security for just 6 to 8 euros. It lets you skip the lines entirely. Then, hours later, you'll touch down at Delhi's Indira Gandhi International Airport. Almost all full-service international flights arrive at the massive Terminal 3. It's literally one of the largest aviation terminals in the world. To get into central Delhi, skip the traffic completely. Just jump on the Airport Express Metro line right from the terminal. It's fast, efficient, and drops you in the city in under 20 minutes. Or, simply grab an official prepaid cab right outside arrivals.
We've mapped out the cheapest booking windows, decoded the visa red tape, navigated the intense seasonal weather, and even packed your bags. The logistics, they're no longer a barrier. They're just stepping stones to an incredible adventure. So I'll leave you with this. With world-class layovers ready to be booked and the unbeatable, extraordinary culture of Delhi waiting at the other end, when will you make the 7,000-kilometer leap? Keep exploring, keep learning, and go start planning that trip.